Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a special episode of Transcending the Culture. I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. I know we usually are not live on Wednesday nights. It's just me, myself, and then we have an amazing cast with us tonight. New movie that is streaming now on TUBI, Starting Over Blues. This is a movie that you all definitely need to check out. But the cool thing is that I get to chat with the cast tonight. And I just watched this movie earlier today, and I usually don't really tell you guys like a whole lot about different movies and all that stuff, but this movie is like really, really, really good. You definitely will want to check this out. But we're gonna go ahead and get started with the conversation because we have a limited time. So I want to introduce the cast of Starting Over Blues. What's up, everybody?
Hey,
Listen, I know I started off in the beginning before we went live and just was saying like how good this movie is. Like I would love first of all for one of you just to kind of tell everybody, obviously a little bit about the movie, kind of where the storyline came from, and then we'll kind of get into some questions just about the movie.
So thanks for having me. I'm Nikki Fraser Curry, the writer, director, producer for the film. The film is it's in the name, Starting Over Blues, and the blues that comes with starting over. We all have um, times in our life where everything goes awry, and then we have to start over. Some people more than others, and the joy of it is that every day is actually a new day to start over,
Absolutely.
to try to right the wrongs that you've that you've committed in your life and move on from it. Um, it is a real story, so in it you'll see either yourself, something you've been through, or you know these characters. They're intimate to you. It's told from a Black female perspective about Black people and their highs, lows, and beauties and deficiencies.
Okay. Um, I think one of the most beautiful things about this movie is I kind of got that obviously that idea and the whole theme of the movie just with starting over is it starts off with Taylor's character, I believe, getting out of prison, and I'm like, okay, this is that situation. They're kind of starting over, and
Mhm.
as you kind of go through the movie, you see the two different couples and you see what's happening and whatnot. But then as things kind of start to happen, it almost moves like, I mean, definitely a drama, but it's like you feel like you kind of can predict the things that are really going to happen, and ultimately you really can't because it ends up being something totally different. Like, was that the plan in terms of when you put this story and the script together?
Yes, because that's what life is. You have your plans and you going about your business and you like, oh, I got this done. I'm gonna do it this way. I got my life set. I got my husband, or I got my business, or hey, I got all these side chicks. I got them lined up because I know what I'm doing at this particular time, and or I'm about to experience, having my first child with the man that I love,
Right.
and he the best thing since sliced bread. I'm gonna tell all my girls about him, and then life happens, and you like, oh, uh-oh.
right.
Okay. I just added a couple more of the cast down here. We got looks like Pablo and Coop.
Hmm.
Guess what?
Yo, que lo que?
How you,
Hey, hey, hey.
how you two doing tonight?
Man, doing good. One day at a time. One day at a time. I can't complain.
Okay. 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 So yeah, like I was saying, like it's really hard to predict all of the things that are going to happen. Like in terms of the cast, I thought that everybody in the movie did like an amazing job. How did you go about finding the cast for the movie?
Oh, well, we did interviews. We did casting calls about it. I can say that I knew from the start that Tacola was my Melissa, and Shaka was my step. I knew that from the beginning, but everybody else I had to fill in, and we had extensive casting calls, and then right before we were about to shoot, we lost some people, so we actually had to backfill some space. And I can say that Coop and I are one of these these people when we're producing movies that when people don't show up, it's like put me in coach. Usually I'm the bartender, but Coop always get a role where he has some good lines, and he was a joy in this film. My brother coming through and playing the role of Keith, because everybody got a Keith too.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think it would be cool to hear from a little bit of the cast. I'll start with Jessica. Jessica,
Hey.
listen, you had a pretty wild. Well, I won't say wild, but you had a good role in this movie, though.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Tell everybody about your character.
Okay, hey everyone, I'm Jessica Miami Mills. And in this movie I play Charlene. And let me just say this. If you don't know a Charlene, if you are not Charlene, let me say this. If you are not Charlene, then you know a Charlene. Not only just because her job title in the movie is very popular in today's culture. So you guys will see that when you watch the movie. Part of her storyline is very popular in today's culture as a person getting out of school, going to college, and the things that you might think that you might do to pay for college. So it's very relatable. Her character. Also, Charlene is somewhat of a believer in a sense of a sort because she wants the best for herself, and she gets caught up in this loop with this guy. As all of us, I think all women have experienced this delusional loop. You know what I mean? When we believe a man, when we know that it's something totally different.
Absolutely.
So, Nikki wrote this script based on, like she said, from a Black woman's point of view. And that's another thing. The movie is very Black, okay? And it's very real Black. It's not like you're gonna watch this movie, like you've been watching part of it and think that it's like, oh, it's a movie. You know what I mean? You be like, damn, this is real. You know what I mean? And I like the suspense that my character also had, because it just was like, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to do this. Oh, okay, I got to do this. Me going in there thinking like, is this going to be typical ABC? No, it was like AB. Okay, now we jump into TY. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Charlene is a very strong woman, very relatable, and like I said, just very passionate about life. And she gets, and then you have to, I can't tell you, but you have to watch to see if she gets over her hump. I just want you all to know, like, Starting Over Blues, it definitely speaks to Charlene as a person. You know what I mean? To her character. So
what I also love, and I'll kind of jump over to Taylor's character. I think that, one of the really cool things about that character is looking at him, and at the beginning, like where, when he comes in and he's coming out of jail, you kind of have this idea in your head of how this character is going to be and maybe some of the things that he might be doing throughout the movie. But you actually, like, you turn out to be like the stand-up guy. And
no, that's the other character. I'm not. That's Melvin.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Now, talk a little bit about your character.
My character, well, my name is Taylor Washington, and I play Kirk. I'm essentially the villain, the villain of the movie. But in hindsight, I guess my character would be categorized as, the ladies' man, and kind of is really just out for himself. Everything that he does, he feels is in the benefit of him, and it doesn't matter, what stories he tells anybody or anything that's going on, as long as it benefits him.
So I guess I should ask, why did you do her like that?
Hey, look, look, I didn't do anybody anyway. It just fell that way. And if anything, I would say that you got to look at Nikki's mind. How she saw it. I just did my very best at bringing that character to life. And essentially just trying to tap into, because a lot of times we all try to find our character, and when we're building that character, and in this sense, I kind of just tapped into, maybe a younger version of myself, that before I gained wisdom and knew, what it was about in life. And it made playing Kirk fairly easy. I think that I could have probably, when I think back on it, been a little more grimy, but at the end of the day, I think in my mind, I was just like, I said, man, people are going to hate me after this. And I was like, I didn't want to be remembered as, I hate you. You know how on Power, everybody hated Tyreek for a really long time. And I was like, I said, and seeing as, because you haven't gotten to see the end, but, we'll talk a little bit more about that later in terms of why I say, I didn't want to necessarily go that route. But I think that how I played Kirk was definitely what, Nikki was looking for when I did it. So.
You talk about how easy it was for you to play the character, and that really was going to be my next question. But really, of everybody, like, did anybody find it difficult to play the part that they did? And I asked that just because everybody's role was so intricate and like really deep.
I'll tell you, actually, I mean, yes, playing my character was easy, but some of the motions in the film that we do are difficult. Like, especially when you're trying to do scenes holding babies. Or anything with kids is always really difficult because you don't know what they're going to do. And then you're still trying to get your lines out while not looking unnatural while you're holding somebody else's baby. And you're like, let's try to work this through. So I can say that probably for me in this film was probably my most difficult thing that I had to kind of work through. But outside of that, I mean, everything else came kind of easy when you just navigate into who the character is.
Okay. And Jessica, you look like you got something to add to that.
Yeah, I think my biggest, because I'm a natural overall like entertainer, big bubble person. So, and I like challenges. But I think the most riskful thing for me is not doing my own thing, even though that's the song, right? Doing my own thing that's on this soundtrack, but not doing my own thing and doing Nikki's direction. You know what I mean? Like I said before, Nikki was like an amazing director, and she coached very well and was very detailed in what she wanted and how she wanted Charlene to be. Because anyone can experience what I experienced in a movie, but people react differently to what happened to me in a movie. You know what I mean? So grasping the way that she wanted me to act, I just wanted to make sure that I harbored her emotions rather than the way that Jessica will harbor the emotions. So that was one challenge. And then just alone making sure that I knew the lines, her lines, because I get it. It's her art. So I have done, like I said, I have done things in the past when it was more freestyle. You know what I mean? So actually having lines and a lead, it was just like, okay, this is business. This is real. So that was me just tapping into that and doing those lines naturally, like, you know what I mean? Acting naturally, not looking like I'm reading a script or not having your lines feed to you line by line so that could be hard for the crew. So just making sure that I tapped into that, I grasped that, and I delivered it the way that the crew and as well as me.
Yeah. I think, one of the things that just in terms of praising not just the cast, but the movie itself and just the entire process, you can tell that like everybody works really, really well together. And that everybody was comfortable. Everybody knew their parts and their roles and what they were supposed to do. And I just think it was really dope. Nikki, how did you approach going into this film with the cast? Because for me, it's really dope to hear someone, and just piggybacking off of what Jessica was saying, just how good it was to be directed by you. Like, how did you approach this project going into it?
Well, I love these people for one, so the feeling is mutual. But So our team, we have a phenomenal production team. My partners, um, we come together and we talk about it. I'm in all the scripts that we produce, so I know all the scripts that we produce inside and out. So when you're doing your own, I mean, 1,000 times I'll read the script and I can actually see it in my head, before I even knew who all the cast was going to be. But once we got the cast together, it was a phenomenal experience watching them grow, and also bring their spin into the movie. That was wonderful. Um, Talon actually like took it on the chin, or should I say on the cheek, for real in the scene. Like, when I say the stuff in the movie is real life. And that was real. Miami, she played herself, but then she had to play a younger version, a teen version of herself. So she had to bring that up.
I thought that was really dope. Like going back, going to that scene where you kind of saw them as kids, and like I thought that was really dope.
Okay, that sequence is one of the most powerful parts of the movie, and really answers a lot of questions of where people stand. So that was great. And Shaka and Takola, who's not on the call, they were my day ones. I knew they were going to play Melissa and Cedric. And then we got Pablo. Oh, you got to watch the end of this movie.
Yes, you do.
What's happening in the last 15 minutes?
That's crazy. Happy.
A little something.
Yeah, that was good.
So Pablo, talk a little bit about your character, and obviously just the process and the journey of doing this.
Well, I mean, everybody know me. I'm Pablo. I played the role of Larry, and I felt like I was almost like the comic relief, in it. So I'm like the Spanish friend that went Taylor girl. And she coming downstairs, we all playing spades, like, yo, mommy, like, you muy hermosa, like, I'm thirsty. And then she like, okay, Papi. And then he looking like, I know you ain't trying to hit on my wife. And then, he get mad and throw all the dice, everything off the table. I like, Papi, I still thirsty. So he like, man, get out my house. So I felt like I was like the comic relief. But I mean, all guys, we have that one friend that be side eyeing, our girl and low key trying to hit on her, when we not around. And it's like I was almost like that guy. But in real life, I would never try to take somebody's girl. So I think it was kind of cool playing something different than I normally would, trying to, flirt with her. She coming downstairs, she shaking it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? He getting jealous. So I think it was like a nice comic relief, man. It was real dope.
A taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, taste of
Yeah.
Not. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just was saying a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah.
Kirk's.
Definitely dope.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Cool. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about your role.
I mean, my role, it really wasn't a role because that's me in real life. Like, like everybody that know me know, like I'm gonna have my Moscow Mule. We gonna go turn up. Like we gotta go out. We gonna turn up. When you got the angel and the devil on your shoulder, 9 times out of 10 I'm be like, hey, let's go do this. But then I'm also speak life into you too. So, that was my role as Keith. You know what I'm saying? Melvin gets out of jail, and one of our good friends is getting married, and Melvin is hesitant, and he's like, nah, I'm not really trying to. And I'm like, man, look, I'm gonna see you there. I ain't about to do all that with you. And then we get to the club, and his wife is like, she know I'm the troublemaker. Everybody got that when you're in a relationship, you got that one friend, whether you male or female, that your significant other don't like because they know that they either up to no good or you always getting in trouble with them, or what I'm saying, they don't really respect your relationship. So that was pretty much my role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody's role, like when you talk about something being relatable and people being able to draw from it, like everybody's role, like we all know somebody like every character that was in the movie, which is what also makes it, what I think will make it roll over well with viewers. And y'all are making Tubi look really, really good. Like they're like once upon a time, it was like every movie that hit Tubi, like either it wasn't a good movie or just the quality of it, but like this movie is like thoroughly done. So like kudos to everybody, just in terms of this project and putting it together.
Super
Yeah, we appreciate that.
and the editor too. So
Yeah,
super cool. The director of photography, the editor, the colorist.
absolutely.
So
He a one-man show.
there you go. Super cool.
Quality over quantity, man. If you want something done right, sometimes you gotta do it yourself. So, but you can't make a movie by yourself though. So, I can't even take all the, like, it's a team effort at the end of the day. When you look at them credits, the 30, 40, 50 names that's in them credits, it was a collective project. Everybody put they heart and they passion into it and their time and their energy. So we got more great things coming, man. We got a ton of stories. We got more projects coming out. So this not the last thing. And honestly, like everybody that we work with, I wanted to be like Tarantino, how he works with the same people. Spielberg works with the same people. Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan, they on like their fifth movie. So you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's you want to work with people that you mesh with, and they got the same outlook on life and the same goals as you. So yeah.
I just want to piggyback with what Coop said. When you do work with like the same people, not only is it trustworthy, because like I said, Coop actually brought me into this, hit me up about it, and then, kind of like passed me over to Nikki. So, it was just like, of course, it was like, yeah, I worked with you before, Coop. Like, you direct my music videos. Like, yeah, help, yeah, I'm down for it. You know what I mean? It wasn't hesitant. So when you do have that connection, because I'm not going to say anybody can act, but of course, actors and actresses can act because that's what we're supposed to do. But when there's a chemistry, and like I gained a good chemistry with Kirk, you know what I mean? Just whether it was just DMs or just talk, just little messages, just cool, a good vibe. So that on set, we brung that positive energy. It wasn't like, okay, I just got to do my job. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It was very comfortable, very,
Yeah.
very, and
But
that plays a role in helping the characters really come together.
but when you mentioned the chemistry, that's a big thing that I'm definitely talking about, is that like there was natural chemistry between everybody. Like everybody's character is essential, and realistically, I can't imagine anybody else playing the role. Like that says a lot. And then just the fact that everybody works very well together, and
Mhm.
like we're both saying, the chemistry, make
Yeah.
it absolutely amazing, and it's noticeable. Um, it's definitely noticeable. You definitely notice, or it's noticeable when people don't, click, and when the cast is not together like that. Go ahead, Taylor.
And I think that we can attribute a lot of that to Nikki and Coop, because when I've been on a lot of different sets, and sometimes it's all business. It's like, boom, we're here, we're on this scene, let's go. But there's not really any time to really just get to mesh, And I think that Coop and Nikki, they create that environment for you where, we work, but we also play, So it's like we get the chance to really just be a part of something special all at the same time. So even if you don't, like, if it's your first time, because when I very first met all of them, they showed me nothing but love,
Right.
And at that point, I felt real comfortable. And so we've done so many more, films and stuff together. You start to really feel like a family. So when we're doing these different roles or these different characters, it also allows us to kind of just be honest with each other. Like if you think something sucked, we're like, yo, that was terrible. Do it again. You know what I mean? We're like, I know you can do better because we've seen you do better. So do this scene better. So I like the fact that one of the things that Coop is real big on, he like, give me a wild take, so we'll do a wild take and you'll get to just go all out, right? Whatever you thought that you wanted to do with that scene, do it. And sometimes some stuff stays, sometimes it don't, but you still got to get it out. So, or even if there was a scene, you didn't do your best acting on, they're like, all right, let's reshoot it. So they give you that space to feel comfortable and allow yourself, you know, the opportunity to say, hey, I wasn't real comfortable about how we just did that one. Can we do it again?
Absolutely.
You know, and there are very few directors or film or any of those stuff that'll allow you that opportunity to do that. You know, they'll be like, all right, we're moving on to the next take. And, you know, now when the film comes out, you suck. You're like, this is terrible. I knew they wouldn't let me do my best thing. You know, so I think, like I said, that chemistry comes big on just the overall background, and Nikki and Coop and Trey and all the people who are involved with creating that space for us to do it. And that's what it boils down to, really, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Shaka.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about your process, about your journey, about your character.
Sure. So I'm Shaka Balamani. I play the character of Cedric. I'm as they say, I'm the sunshine in the clouds. I'm the mature, sensible one. I'm trying to calm my young friend down here who is you know, just treating women any type of way. So my character plays the, you know, the big brother mentor type. I'm a restaurant owner. I have a beautiful wife at home who is custom made for my liking. And I don't really
I
trust
like
Kurt
that.
around her. You know what I mean? So, you know, he's getting himself in trouble, and now I got to get ready to invite him to my home to stay here while he's in the doghouse. And I don't really want him around my wife because I know what type of dude he is. So I have to, you know, lay down the law, give him some warnings. At the same time, just trying to, you know, continue to lift the brother up and let him know, man, you know, you need to pull yourself together. You're getting too old for this.
Okay. What was any of this a stretch for any of you? I mean, I know how natural a lot of, you know, the characters came to you, but do any of you feel like the roles were a little bit of a stretch?
Certain aspects of my character, I feel, because for me, I don't touch women. You know what I mean? And I think that, like, just being a abuser or anything like that, like, is really far fetched for me. You know, that's 100% outside of my character. So that was, I feel, the only part that was really, I kind of set with. I'm like, dang, I got to do this. You know, and I looked at Nikki, and I remember we were doing the scene. I was just like, for real? She's like, they gonna hate you. And I was like, but she would laugh about it because she loved it, because she knew that it was gonna turn out real good, and it really did. But that was the only part that I feel was like really far-fetched and stretched for me.
I felt like the role was custom made for me. So when she says that she already had me in mind, it made sense because it just the type of nature and the person that I am. It was easier to play that role where I'm looking out for, you know, people that are coming from behind, you know, or whatever, people that are coming behind me. That is my nature. It's like a big brother type of role just in my everyday life. So it was easy for me to play my character.
Okay.
And that's actually to piggyback on what he said, and Nikki had him in mind, because we have this camaraderie and we've been working with each other for so many years. When we do right and we have people in mind for certain roles, we pretty much know what their strengths and their weaknesses are, but we still will try to write in, you know, bits and pieces to challenge them. You know what I'm saying? To make it so it's something fresh and something out of the ordinary, because we believe in their talent, but ultimately because we know them so well, because we built that camaraderie and we had fun on set, and it's like a brotherhood and a sisterhood and a family. It makes it easier for us as writers and producers to be like, oh, I know Miami be perfect for this role. I know Shaka would kill this role, or Pablo and Taylor, they gonna crush this role. I already know. So it makes the filmmaking process a lot easier for us.
What should
I
the
agree.
ultimate takeaway from the film be?
You said what?
The ultimate takeaway from the film. What was the goal for that to be?
Nikki?
That's a Nikki question.
Yeah, I can tell you what I took away from
Yeah, I
it.
can tell you what I think, but
So they could chime in. I'm just going to say really, really quickly that the takeaway is that as long as you're still on Earth, you still have a chance to start over, to make new.
I would say my take on it is really looking at, like, even when I rewatch it over and over again, it's really like you never know what someone is going through in life. You know what I mean? Like what they are battling or what they're dealing with. And at any given time, you can be better. At any given time, like Nikki said, as long as you here, you could change that thing around and you could overcome whatever it is. And
I
just
agree.
and giving people grace, because like she said, one of the main parts of showing the youth me, you know what I mean? Like, people are seeing, or are showing things at a young age that other people haven't or have been exposed to. So, just being able to give people grace, people coming from different backgrounds and grow up to be different things, and then your actions do have consequences. So, just the life is what you take away from this. Seriously, just life.
Yeah, and I would say
I
that.
agree.
Oh, go ahead, Pablo.
Oh no, I was just saying I agree with what she said, like it's okay, to start over. And some of us think because we're in this relationship, we gotta stay here. We gotta put up with the BS and we gotta take it just for the sake of the longevity that we've been in this relationship when really it's okay to start over. And it kind of spoke to me because I was in a 5-year relationship, about to get engaged, married. And I was like, man, even though this ain't the one, I'm going to just stick it out because we've been together for 5 years. But I'm glad I didn't make that move. And I said, oh, you know what? It's okay. And in the movie, it shows you that you have to love yourself enough to walk away from what's not right and beneficial for you, because you could walk down that aisle just for the sake of being married, flashing on the gram, but you go back home, you miserable, you crying, you in debt, and that's not how life should be. So my
Absolutely.
ultimate takeaway was it's okay to start over, and don't be afraid to start over because you don't think there's something else better out there.
Right. And I love the messages that were coming out, like, just kind of centered around everything that was happening. Like, I did not deserve this, and I can move on, and I can do better. And yeah, I messed up, but like, I love that those messages were coming out.
And that is because it is a theme of spirituality throughout the movie. We have the scene in the church with the phenomenal Evan playing that role as the pastor, but also we do affirmations. So that was a part of my life of
I like that too. With the, you had all of the pictures on the mirror.
Because you have to say when you, it's not just about reading, you have to actually say it out of your mouth. So it was very intentional to have those post-it notes on the mirror and for her to actually pronounce those those sayings. And also in the next scene, she's passing it on to her son. So that's to try to change, the trajectory and not have things repeat, even though her childhood was totally different, of her imparting that part of her life, a positive part on her son.
Clearly there was, a tremendous amount of work put into this script. I really just want to congratulate everybody and really say bravo. I think the movie was definitely amazing.
Thank you for having us.
I know I still need to catch the last 15 minutes of it, so I plan on doing it as soon as we get off.
Oh, you ain't even seen this? You ain't seen the ending yet? Oh man!
He thought when Ty get locked up at the he
at the
ain't seen
club
it after that.
Oh man!
I said,
you got to tell us what you think about the ending.
I'm going to catch the ending of it right now. I think it was like maybe 15 minutes or something like that left in it. And then I watched it again.
Circle back. Hit me up on Instagram. Let me know.
We ain't gonna spoil it. We're not gonna spoil it for you.
Yeah, we're not gonna spoil it
for me. And then I actually will watch it again so that I can really visualize the characters and get to know who everybody is and all of that stuff. Because I found myself, I think probably because of how I was watching it today, I found myself like, who is this? And where did this? And so I definitely will need to go back and watch it again. But I think you all did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
You all worked very well together, very good chemistry. What is next, and just in terms of the promotional trail? And I know you're obviously having these conversations and talking about the movie, but in what other ways are you promoting it and getting it out there to everybody?
So we're still doing press runs. And we're probably going to continue to do that. Everybody you see on the screen and others that's not in the screen, they all have phenomenal track records with their films.
Yeah.
So, but it's all about promotion, especially when you're an independent filmmaker. Getting the word out and spreading the word and reaching out to social media and get it just in front of people, because I haven't gotten a bad review yet from the movie.
I can't imagine you ever will. It's really like, it takes a lot for me to sit and watch a movie because I'm constantly running. I'm either Ubering or I'm doing something for my son, or I'm doing this media stuff, or going to do this event. Like, I'm always running. So usually if I sit down for too long, I'm sleeping. I just talked to somebody yesterday about going to the movies, and usually past the opening credits, I'm sleeping. So like, to be able to really sit and watch this movie and get into it, like, I think you did a phenomenal job.
Thank you. And shout out to all my glam team, my makeup artists, Janelle and Charlene, the whole squad, my sound crew, Joe, Malik, and just so many different people, and the rest of the cast, Takola and Tyree and Zariah, Yoshi, who played Shaka's wife. Yeah, she's the character, and then she has the secondary character behind her.
Okay. That part.
Now, I think it was definitely amazing. I really just want to, before I let you guys go, I want to say thank you, just in the sense of having these conversations and doing these interviews and connecting with people like yourselves has been like my passion since I could remember. Like, I came out of high school knowing that I wanted to work in media. So having done a couple other things, I launched my own stuff. Really, it's been since 2003. So I've been doing independent media like all this time. And like,
wow,
it's a dream still, like 22, 23, 24 years later, to still be doing this and to be able to talk with people like you guys. And you guys are making my dream possible. So I tell everybody, thank you so much for the opportunity. Ernest is going to kill me. I know I wasn't supposed to do the 15 minutes, and we've been on here like 35, 40. So I appreciate y'all. Any kind of last words? Did you want to plug social media accounts and website?
I want to plug Shaka, because I was executive producer on A Christmas Bonus. So 10 seconds, Shaka.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I have a film that's currently right now touring across the nation and the world. We're in Italy tonight, but it's called A Christmas Bonus. It's a family feel-good movie that's bringing awareness to the 50% mortality rate for Black women that's diagnosed with cervical cancer. It also addresses the need of music programs and after school, addresses single fatherhood, finding love again. I even got seniors falling in love. So, you know, we got like a double love story, but it's a feel-good movie. So y'all check it out. You can follow A Christmas Bonus on Instagram. Also, I'm on Instagram at Shaka the Actor, CHAKA the Actor. Appreciate it.
Okay.
And me and Coop got entitled Unhinged Love, The Shop, which if you're in the DC area, you can go on Eventbrite for the premiere for The Shop. So entitled Thriller Suspense. So anybody else want to chime in? Oh my goodness.
Okay. Anybody else want to plug social media or anything like that?
Miami Mills, MIAMI like Meek Mills, Miami Mills.
Okay.
You can definitely find me on all social media platforms, and also anybody that's in the DMV area. I am in a stage play right now, and link is in the bio. You can get tickets. The only show we have available will be March 15th. So you got yeah, and then we might come to a city near you. So that's the next thing that I'm working on right now. And make sure you check this movie out on TUBI. Stream.
Absolutely. A Christmas Bonus. Is that on? Like, where can people catch that?
So it's in festival now. It will be coming out this holiday. So yeah, if you continue to follow along, we'll let you know. We usually sell Christmas movies around summertime for the distribution. So yeah, we'll find out where it lands, and we'll come back on, you know, and bring the cast on so we can talk to you about the movie.
Absolutely. I would love to do that.
Sure.
All right, you can follow me on social media platforms. Taylin, the actor, and it's spelled Taylen. And my next project you can catch coming out March 13th, Deceitful Motives. But definitely watch Starting Over Blues. I can't tell you enough. If you're not watching it, you are missing out.
Right.
As you can tell, James has already told you he is great. I mean, I know that everybody looks at Tubi movies as a certain thing, but I'm telling you, this movie needs to be on more than just Tubi, and it will be. So, like I said, you guys definitely check it out while you can. You know, while it's free. You know, catch it.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
The movie's dope.
No, I think
And,
it's amazing. I've had an opportunity to watch and to have these conversations with, you know, a number of producers and directors and cast members of different projects and whatnot for, you know, the Tubi platform. And you all, and definitely you, are really doing them a big service. Like this is a good movie, and I'm seeing a lot more like really top quality movies that are streaming on the platform. Like you're doing an amazing job. I'm looking forward to seeing other projects that you all are in. I love that everybody is working and has multiple projects going on. Like I think it's just truly amazing. So thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank
oh,
you,
I
Jack.
forgot to let them know. My fault. Y'all can follow me at Paul Paul, the letter C, Jerry Jerry. I'm in a film dropping 420 called Stoners. We having a premiere in DC, Atlanta, and LA. I'm also in a play too, just like Miami. March 16th. It's gonna be at the Bowie Center for Performing Arts, and then we're getting ready for a TV series based off of DC in the '80s. So we've been grinding, man. It's beautiful. But make sure y'all catch Starting Over Blues, man. And it's okay to start over. It's okay. It might hurt a little bit, but you're
It's
gonna
okay.
get over that. You're gonna get over that.
Absolutely.
And I'm Nikki for words. NIKI, the number 4 in words.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, James. I appreciate you so much.
All right.
Listen, likewise.
Good night, y'all. See
Y'all
y'all.
have
All right. Take it
Night.
easy.
Peace.
Back.